So I'm just waking up, right? I saw something on TikTok last night before I went to sleep saying, for the next couple of days, be aware of your dreams. Pay attention. Now it's still dark in my room. I'm just waking up. My heart rate's finally calming down. I usually don't speak on my dreams, but I had a wild ass dream last night slash this morning, and basically, like this family, it was this girl off of the movie Low Lives. They like the movie was about people who eat families and stuff, right? So the daughter was in the dream. My two neighbors, the mom and dad was in my dream, and then like some little boy that was a teenager that was trying to kill me at the time. And there was the house. Their house was huge, and it was combined with like all of my elementary schools and high school. So that I've been to over like 12 schools because I grew up in the system. So imagine all those schools and then like these neighborhoods, and it had like this cartoon ass looking grass that I was running through trying to escape. This now mind you, like they dragged my body, they were beating me up. I literally was bloody, bruised up. I was unrecognizable in the dream, right? They finally get my ass. They throw me in a bedroom. I go and try to hide under the bed. The bed is like underwater. So I go in it. I try to hide in there. I look over and I see this girl. She has like blonde hair. It's long. She's skinny. She has like a heart oval shaped face. She's short. And they had her arms chained up and she was trying to move them and escape. And like there was a booby trap. So like if she moved, the thing would slice her head or like break her neck. So she finally gets free and it breaks her neck and I look away and I'm like, damn. So I was trying to help her, but in the dream, the way we moved, like I was looking at her trying to move it for her and I was so upset because I thought I had hurt her. And like in the dream too, we were all talking to each other through our minds. So I thought she had passed. So then they end up coming back and tying my hands up or whatever. And it's like as soon as I shut the door, I just got free. Like I already knew how to get undid, basically. As I'm getting out the water, I look over and she's like, "Whew, thank God." And I'm like, "What in the world?" I thought she was dead. I didn't even see her get up. And I think that was the trick. I don't think she was even there. I don't think they knew that she was there. I think that was part of my figment of imagination because I went to bed. Before I went to bed, I cleansed my chakras. I said my prayers. I prayed over my tea. I prayed over my water. And I did affirmations. So this dream, I took it as a threat. Hold that in mind. When you do all that, when you're saying your prayers to God, like Jesus and stuff, and you have a really negative dream, I took it as someone sending me negative energy. I took it as a threat. So basically, in the dream, after they done dragged me out, beat me up, I done ran for my life, they finally locked me in the room. They finally get me when they could finally catch my ass. I forgot the neighbor in the dream, he was their dad, and the wife that's like next door was in the dream, but she was smaller. Like she looked different though. And I don't know if you know the TikTok trend right now. It's called Optimize or Optimo, where they make cartoon characters look all goth and emo-ish. They were like that in the dream. Like completely hardcore. They were like incredibly strong. It was unbelievable how strong these people were. But they were like shocked that I was strong too though. But I wasn't strong enough obviously because they got my ass. So they ended up locking me in the room, and like how my window is right now with my air conditioner, this whole part of the wall was in the dream. So I look over and I see my air conditioner right here. Then I see all these buildings like combined as one. And I said, this is a perfect escape. I said, I know it's kind of far down. The girl said, oh, I don't know. I'm scared. And I was like, I know, I am too. I'm scared of heights, but we're going to have to jump. Now, mind you, we're talking through our minds. And she all timid and shit, scared. And I'm scared too. I'm looking down and it's a big ass jump. So then I said, well, just watch me. Because she was like, you know those little fire hydrants? She was like, if we call 911 and just wait, we can get, they can come and get us. I said, we don't have time to wait. And I said, you're going to have to jump. I said, ain't you tired of being chained up? You see how they had your ass? And she was like, yeah, you're right. And she crying and shit. And I'm about to start crying too because, bitch, I don't want to jump either. So then I look and I said, look, there's a way. I touched my air conditioner. I was able to push myself over to jump on the, you know how the New York apartments are, how the balconies are, you can kind of like walk across and then climb if you were really good at climbing. That's how they were. But they were kind of spaced out more, so you got to basically do an estimate and just pray when you jump that you catch it. So I said, just follow me, watch what I do. I jumped here, boom, boom, boom. It's like I was flying through that bitch. I was just jumping like a damn, like a, what's it called, a street runner. Just hopping off of stuff, basically. And, it was crazy, dude. This is so much in the dream. And she did it after me. She did it perfectly. And then she disappeared. And she waved at me and said, goodbye, thank you. I said, you're welcome. I said, don't come back here. And she was like, what about you? I said, well, I'm not done yet. And then she disappeared. So all of a sudden when I escaped, I ran into this party. Tell me why Sneaky Link in a dream. Now, I did go to sleep. I was looking at my viewers and I saw Sneaky Link been watching my stuff. So boom, Sneaky Link in the dream. He got this big ass butt, like the fattest. And my brother's first baby mama was in the dream. Then the girl I used to work with at a node job and the job I currently took a break from, I saw her in the dream and we was all cutting up and stuff. And they was like, damn girl, what happened to you? I said, girl, I just escaped being held hostage. It was crazy. Mind you, we're all talking in our heads and shit at the party. Everybody. I'm mad at Sneaky Link and shit because of how he had his bitch call my motherfucking phone, right? So I would give him the side eye and roll my eyes and flick him off. He pulls me to the side and we end up having like a 30-minute moment in the dream. Like, I know it was a long time, and we end up walking around. We sitting on some type of damn window talking, kicking our feet and shit. We just swinging our legs, just talking and laughing, having a moment. He was basically explaining himself. He said something about I'm sorry, and like I can't remember what he said. I don't know if he said I'm not the man that I can't be the man you need me to be, or he's like I'm just a heartbreaker right now. He was like, in this lifetime I'm just not who you see me to be because you know me from so. It was something real deep, but I can't remember because so much shit happened in the dream. But basically he was explaining himself, and I think that nigga in real life, I think he's spiritual because he knew some stuff about me like I never told nobody, and I'm like, how the fuck does he know that? Like, but anyway, off topic. Okay, so mind you, the TikToker said, be aware of your dreams, be aware of anybody that you don't talk to no more that's in your dreams. And I've been having dreams every night of people that I don't fuck with no more, that I ain't talked to in years. So, but not like this. So boom, me and him, I said, okay, well, we got to get back because I'm on a mission. So then he had a red shirt on in the dream, and he kept giving me side eye looks, and it was like we were walking through the school, and it was so high school because he was like a part of he had this big crowd around him, and I was always the one that was alone in real high school. So like it was the same thing in this high school, but I had baby mama with me, I had the girl I worked with, and then we had like 2 other women from my other brother's ex-girlfriend's friends group. They were in the dream, and then this woman that was like an islander, she kind of like the girl off of Sinners, the hoodoo lady, but she was slimmer and like a little browner, and she had a dress on that I got on now that I went to bed in, but similar, but with like different patterns. And when I came back in the dream, I said, I'm not done yet. I said, y'all got me? And then my brother baby mom was like, I got you. But she's like, I'm drinking tonight though, I'm getting fucked up. I said, that's fine. I had a couple of drinks with her, but I said, Sneaky Link tried to offer me to smoke, and I said, no, I had to put my hand, I don't know if you can see me, I had to put my hand on my head and was like, nah, I gotta stay focused. I got people after me, people trying to kill me, I gotta keep my head on the swivel. And he was like, all right, you sure you want to go back? Are you okay? Like, he was like, don't go back. Like, he kept trying to talk to me, flirt with me, to distract me, basically. I said, stop talking to me, you're not going to change my mind. Mind you, I hate silver, so one of the necklaces they gave me, I told them I didn't want it, I handed it back. And then I looked down, and the necklaces were automatically on my neck anyway. And then I believe it was one of my ancestors, she came around my neck and said, this is for protection. And I looked optimized too, like the ones on TikTok. And then like she gave me this black beaded necklace that I put around my hand, and I doubled it. She wanted me to wear it around my neck, but I said, no, I need these for my hands. It was crazy. And all of a sudden I powered up. Then somebody gave me something in a drink. Now you don't drink after, you don't never let nobody give you a drink in a dream or in real life. You always watch your own drinks get made. It was like perp, but they put something in it to try to make me pass out. But as soon as I drunk it, I turned like purple and I powered up. And everybody was like, damn, like, you okay? And then the nigga, oh, that was the nigga that Sneaky Link was trying to shoot. Okay, so I think that's why he was shooting him. So like him and his whole crew, nigga had a whole entourage in the dream realm. Like he was like, watch out. And he like pushed me to the side, and I ended up getting pushed into like to like them folks' house again, and I got scared because I wasn't ready, and I like ran out again. Now, mind you, before all this, they were still chasing me. So when they found that I was at the party, they were just standing. The dad, which was my neighbor in the dream, was just standing there. He had like this black shirt on, just chain necklace, and like he was like a little smaller, but he was like trying to kill me like really bad. Him and his son was trying to get me so bad. The daughter from Low Life, and then the neighbor, which was the mom, was in my dream, and they were like the ones of the house and the schools. Like they were just waiting for me to get there so they could kind of orchestrate some shit. Mind you, we're all talking through mine. So my brother baby mama was like, I got your back, I'm gonna follow you. And I said, okay, but just stay far behind. They end up my bad, hold on, because in the dream I woke up. Now between all this, I woke up in the dream and I had to blow my nose because it was leaking because I was coming out of that water. This dream was real as fuck, y'all. So my nose is still kind of weird. Like I literally blew my nose. I had water come out my nose, y'all. On my mama. So I even woke up. I had 3 waffles. Shook my head a little bit. Like, damn, that was a crazy ass dream. But I kept how I looked in my mind because I knew when I laid back down, I wanted to get their ass. So I had breakfast and everything, right? And went back to sleep. Boom. I'm at the party again. They was like, oh, you're back. Oh, like everybody turned up and shit like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah. And this time I'm powered up. And my baby mom was like, you ready? And because she's like, you know, I was in the military. Like, she was not playing. And so I was like, yeah, but you need to stay behind me. I don't want nothing to happen to you because you got kids. And she was like, I know. So she had a couple more drinks. Now, mind you, the women I was talking about that was with us, my ancestor, she gave me the necklace. She told me to be careful. She said, this is for protection. And she gave me this look and she says, And she like kind of smirked and like she disappears in the crowd. I didn't know what that was about. I didn't know at the time she was an ancestor until I was like, how I'm telling you guys the dream, I was literally just sitting up talking to myself for an hour, trying to process my dream so I could make this a video. So basically, she looked back again at me one more time in the crowd and then she disappears. That's when I see the crazy ass neighbors in the dream, the girl from Low Life and their son. Bro, when I tell you I got scared again, and then when they saw me powered up, they disappeared. And so that's when Sneaky Link tried to offer me a smoke one more time, and I think I hit it like 1 or 2 times, and I said, I can't do no more, I gotta go. He holds my hand and was like, wait. I said, no, we're done. I snatched my damn arm back. I keep my beads around my wrists. Baby mama behind me. I got the whole entourage behind me. I said, all right, y'all split up. I said, some of y'all can't come with me. So most of them disappeared. Baby mama was with me. She ended up getting captured. I look up. She banging on the window. I'm like, how the fuck you get in there? I told you don't have to stay too close. And then I looked at her and I give her a nod. And then she ends up in an alleyway. And she's like all cleaned up. But she had like a long white t-shirt on. And she was like crying but not crying. And she was like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know how they got me. And I was like, it's okay. I said, you need to go home now. I need you to go back home. Like, I need you to go home. We're talking to each other. And I think I was speaking through my mouth this time. I said, I need you to go home. Like, I needed her spirit to go back to the house where she is with her kids. And she was like, are you sure I can be here? I said, you need to go. I got this. Girl, as soon as she disappeared, I walk up to the house. Mind you, I was scared as hell of this house/school. My foot barely touched the door. It bust open. Bow. I got the black beads around my hands. I got these chains around my neck. And the family looking normal now. And they were like, oh, they were eating fried fish. The dad was giving out plates of fried fish. It had broccoli and baked potatoes. And they were like, no, we're sorry. This was just a test. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to be here. Why are you back? Why are you here? It was just a test. Calm down. I said, no, I look over at the son because the son was sick in the head. I ain't gonna speak on what he was thinking. He was real sick because in the dream, everybody I looked at, I could read their thoughts. So the son was like a grown man/teenager. He was like 17 in the dream. Like, he was crazy. And he was a little boy. He was like 4 or 5. And he looked at me. He started shaking and crying. And he was like, like he couldn't even talk. And I really wanted to hurt him. But he was a little boy. And I just looked at him. And I was confused. Because they were dressed normal. They were like a normal family. I'm seeing my neighbors and shit. I didn't know they were my neighbors at the time. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all doing in my dream? Like, And they were like, no, like, you got the wrong idea. We're not who you think we are. You're not even supposed to be here. We're sorry. You passed the test. It was just a test. I said, a fucking test? I woke up and ate waffles to come back here. Like, in the dream. And that's when I remembered the TikTok video I saw before I went to sleep. In the dream. I said, oh, she said, remember your dreams. They were like, yeah, man, it was just a test. You know, I got some cool ass neighbors. Like, they cool as fuck. So he was cool in the dream when, like, I came back the second time. And the daughter was like, yeah, man, chill. And I slapped the fuck out of her. Like, because in the dream, even though everybody was calmed and chill, I was still bloody and bruised up. And so I slapped the hell out of her because she was like one of the most evil ones. Mind you, she was in the movie called Low Life. I don't know who that girl's name is, the one that played the daughter, the teenager, but she was evil as hell. And I slapped the hell out of her in the dream because she still had a smart mouth, even though she wasn't the person that was trying to kill me in the first part of the dream. I still slapped the hell out of her. I had to hit somebody. Like, I had to slap somebody. Like, I could not leave not fighting. How they had dragged me, how they had me running from house to house. Some of the neighbors were working with them. I didn't know who to trust. At first, I didn't know who to trust at the party. I didn't know baby mama was in on it. I didn't know what to think. Like, it was crazy at the time. And, you know, I come in there with my chains. I'm wearing all black and stuff. I was ready. And they were like, come on, sit down and eat with us. And I sat with them, but I didn't eat. And I think they explained to me in the dream realm what was going on. We were all talking through our minds. But, of course, when I wake up, it was so much going on. And then because I woke up and ate and drunk something, it was like 3 something at the time. I can't remember the conversations that I had with people individually. So, like, I had a conversation individually with Sneaky Link for about 30 minutes. And then I know I sat down with the family. And they were explaining to me why it was a test, why it was a dream. But I can't remember. But basically, I passed. And they were like, yeah, you're really, like, it's something. And then, like, everything kind of turned white. And then I'm up now. Whew. Child, I was like, don't fucking play with me. Like, I woke up knowing I was going to go back in this dream. And I wanted to fuck some shit up. And I did. I had a free baby mama. I don't know how she got caught. So I just go home. I ain't got time to keep coming to get people. And I don't know where the rest of the people went. I tried to go and find the party again. The party was there, but it was kind of calming down because it was getting daylight, which when I woke up, it was like 7. So that explains a lot. But I guess I passed the test. They were like, it was just a test. It was just a test. And that's when, like, when they were saying that, I was seeing visions of me running and jumping off of things and hiding. Like, I faced my fear of heights. I freed somebody. I was able to come in contact with one of my spirit guides, I guess, or my ancestor. I don't know who she was. I got over my dislike of silver. So I guess I passed a lot of things. I powered up in the dream. Somebody put something in my drink. It powered me up. I was able to say no to substances. I finally chose not to eat. I didn't eat in the dream. Now, when I was at the party, when I first escaped, before I powered up and stuff, I did. Like, I enjoyed myself like a normal party. But I knew that I was being watched. I knew that I was going to have to go back and fight for my life. And like I said, once I got chained up and stuff, and that my guide or my ancestor gave me all the jewelry, and she disappeared, that's when I saw them standing there. But when they saw that I was powered up, they disappeared. And so, and I did, when I was in the shower, I did play like an ancestor thankful meditation, gratitude video. I was just playing it as I was washing and stuff and getting dressed for the night. And so I guess me thanking them or whatever, they showed up in my dream and they helped me out. And it was just crazy. The colors that I noticed a lot was yellow, blue, red, white, pink. I think I had like a pink or brown shirt on or something, but I ended up having to change my whole entire life, like my style, in order to survive. Basically, I had to adapt. Sneaky Link had a red shirt on, baby mama had a white shirt on. I started off with pink, ended with black. The neighbor had a black, all the neighbor couple, and the daughter, she had like a white, what kind of shirt she had? She had like a crop top yellow shirt on with some words or emojis on it. The son had like a button up shirt. The son was fly as fuck, actually. But then, like I said, when I busted through the doors, he was a little boy. They were just trying to have a normal I was in like, Because, like I said, when they threw me in there and they tied me up under the bed, it was water. But I was able to breathe and be in the water. And I was beside a girl I thought was dead. And I was looking at her using my telekinesis. I was trying to help her undo it because I saw her hands were still moving. They didn't know she was still alive. And so I played like I was asleep when they came in there to check on her. And it was like, she's dead. And then they were like, good. And they shut the door. And then I looked over and I tried to help her. And I thought I hurt her because she tried to move a certain way and it slanted and her neck clicked all the way down. And I thought her neck was broke. I was like, damn. And I was disappointed in myself because I was like, damn, my abilities aren't as strong as I thought. And then all of a sudden, as I'm wiggling trying to get out, I get out easily. I look over, she's like, phew, girl, thank you. She's like, thank you, girl. Whew, finally out of there. I'm like, what the fuck? I said, I thought you were dead. She's like, girl, no. She's like, I just didn't want them to know I was alive. I said, well, this is the perfect time. We gotta go. We gotta escape. And then that's when we both was scared of we was both scared of heights. And then she turned into a little girl and she looked back at me and was like, thank you. Somehow I ended up back up in the house. And that's when I had to run through the house. I had to run through the neighbors' houses. I was running through so many people's houses. I was actually going in and out of other dreams that I've had. Like dreams that I had as a little girl were coming back into this dream. And I was just sliding. I remember sliding through one house tilted to the side. Like the movie Caroline. Had the house start turning and stuff and it's kind of slanted over. I was sliding too, and I was sliding in one house into another, and the family, they would see me and was like, oh, we gotta catch her, we gotta get her. Like everybody was after me damn near. So I was sliding, I was running like a motherfucker, like they could not catch me at all. Then I ended up at the party. Then Sneaky Link distract me. But yeah, it was a good dream though. So I passed the test, y'all. Has anyone else passed the test? Has anybody else had any dreams like this? I'm still coughing up water from the dream and mucus. It's weird. I've never had a dream like this in my life.